Hello, welcome to Planet Darby. So, as some of you might know, I am attempting to get a little sticker shop up and going that will mostly focus on kind of functional, decorative boxes type, and then quotes, lettered quotes, and so forth. And eventually, if I can get my skills somewhat better than an elementary student that I draw like, I will add more decorative and elements, and who knows, maybe I'll pull something on my hat. But I have had a lot of anxiety about this because I just don't know how to plan it. And, that's what we do, right? Is we plan. I have been using my monthly layout for the last several months, more as a family encompassing business, kind of like a master list for all spheres of my life. I handle family goals, planning goals, my photography business goals, but I was finding it's a little redundant with the other planners, because what I typically go back to just making a master list, like a typical master list in my Hobonichi, which I suddenly cannot find to show you what I'm talking about. I just started a new one. It's just a simple master list. I do better with that kind of brain dump rather than making it pretty. And then what I want to make pretty is the actual plan of attack. So I spent time tracking, writing down, what do I want to know? What do I want to plan for with my business plan? So the monthly pages that I've set up, and pardon my horrible manicure, I did them myself. And then yesterday I had to do deep, intense cleaning because our cat has fleas. And my finger, the nail polish just peeled right off. So you're just gonna have to deal with it. I'm just not one of those people that cares enough to perfect it for this. But anyway, so real quick, my goals for what I'm trying to do is I'm thinking up here will be more data driven. I may end up changing this later and moving it over to the larger side. It depends how much information there is and what I want to know. It's sales goals, which I don't know what that will look like. I don't know relativity wise. I don't have high hopes for this. I sound awful saying that. I'm going to be completely candid. I've tried a lot of different things in my life and things just don't pan out. So I'm hoping this isn't the same. I, of course, get great feedback from the planning community, but everybody's just awesome. And so I don't know if my stuff is good enough. So this is a plan to at least attack it as best as I can and see if it has any sort of merit to withstand efforts. So sales goals, again, have no idea what that would look like, but my main to-dos, and I'll probably divide it into two rows. One side will be more things I need to look into or plan on its own, its own individual plan. And then other things are just more task oriented. Like on this side, I have to set up Etsy. And of course, I'm being interrupted by a 2-year-old that likes to hide. So we'll see how long that is until it interrupts. And then down here is what I'm thinking is going to be the notes and reminders and problems to solve for next time or along the way. Over here, eventually I want reps. In the beginning, I'm probably just going to send some stuff to some friends and just see what happens. And I'll get some of those stuff maybe figured out and just kind of assign people a couple different things. And then over here is going to be brainstorming ideas for, I'm trying to decide if I want to brainstorm ideas for this month or just next month, or if I do both. Because I'm going to have to be planning ahead. So in January, I want to go live by the end of February. So my sales goals and stuff won't really matter until February, because I don't expect to have much sales until February. I'm going to come out of the gate with stuff that would be appropriate for late winter or anytime. So I have to kind of remember that. But if down the road, the current month, I think this is the hard part. The current month is when I would basically be, I want to make this my plan for next month, essentially. But then it says January. Funny, I watched a video. I was toying with doing this, and I finally was convinced by Caitlin Plans. Go check her out. It's Caitlin with a K on YouTube. She's awesome, and her stuff is amazing, and her stickers are just absurdly. She's just very talented. She convinced, watching her video convinced me. I didn't really pay much attention to where she put stuff and what she put where. I just saw like that my ideas I was toying with might actually be a decent idea if she's doing it. So she convinced me without even knowing it. But I remember her mentioning that this month versus that next month being kind of confusing and like how that might all work out. So I always recommend, like, when you're starting a new planner or you're trying to decide what planner to work, is like making a list of what do you need to plan. And I did. And I had this ugly list that I just, doesn't matter what it looks like, I'm not going to share it. It's what is it that I need to plan? And then divide it into sections. And then from there I do post-it notes to kind of lay it out and just remember where things go. So over here, I was thinking of doing my final lineup of what the stickers I'm going to do. And either over here, I will do like a tracker on each stage. So I may make it more of like, you know, motivational quotes, whatever, and then each step and divide it and make it more like a grid. I might do that. But these are going to be the names of the sheets for my reference, and then also track the sales maybe over here of those specific ones. So this will be quotes, this will be if I do anything decorative, and this will be the more the functional stuff. I want to start out small and get my feet wet before I just make a bunch and throw it out there and see what sticks. I've decided to use Cheery color palette, so I'm going to go with Spoonful of Faith, and then also the brand new Bright Type sticker book from the Happy Planner's latest release. All right, so I'm going to begin the quest for a color palette in matching washi. Might not use them all, but I like to have them as options. And I'm pulling out some great ones. And the last minute, I find the most perfect washi to go with this. And it's right here. And I believe it's a Scotch 3M brand. So that's the main one for what I'm going to use. All right, so I'm going to start with putting this Too Perfect washi in a corner, and also maybe over on this side. Sometimes I'm like, why do they even bother with labels? I'm sure some people use them, just like some people like color on their pages, but it definitely keeps the correction tape companies in business. All right, so I want to add like a little, I don't know what I want to call it, what's it called? Not dynamic, contrast, I don't know. Something to play off the layering. I chose this blue. It's hard to see, but it's blue with tiny little yellow stars. And now I'm going to flick through looking for a larger sticker to put under that on that right side. A quote or something. There's so many beautiful quotes in this sticker book, by the way. I just don't want to take up too much room because it needs to be mostly functional. But that doesn't mean I can't make it look pretty. So here is a quote. And it just says important stuff right here. And now I want to find some other elements. I'm probably going to bring in some of these florals because it's January and I'm so thirsty for flowers. I used it every freaking week for how many months, and then I haven't used any in the last month and a half. I love this All Smiles. I should probably have just not used it in this layout because it would probably go better in my Smiles calendar or something, but I just love it, and I like how it marries all the colors together in one. But I'm having a hard time finding a place for it because it takes up so much room because of those descenders that hang down real low. So it's actually going to be, maybe I'm going to make it like a divider up here where it kind of divides the sections. That might work. I mean, I love the ascenders and descenders, but yeah, that takes up a big chunk of space. And maybe to balance it, I think I'm going to put this washi down here. I'm kind of getting some retro yet modern vibes. I love, what are those, oxymorons? That makes sense though, right? You guys get what I'm talking about. think I just need to add a little blue down here to continue that blue trend. And then I'll cap it off with kind of a corally rust. It says, always be colorful, unless you want to be black and white or neutral. It should have a parentheses. I love this daisy chain. I love all the colors. And I'm just gonna, these black 1, 2, 3s just feel a little heavy for me. I'm not yet sure. So these, I think I'm gonna use these as the categories of stickers just to kind of keep track of like maybe a trend or something that I see. And then on this left side, this is where I'm gonna do problems that need solving. And then I might as well just add this washi at the top to balance it out. I'm probably going to regret not doing it on the bottom left as well, but I might add something else. Like radiate positive vibes. I admit I am sometimes cynical about all the positive quotes. I do believe in toxic positivity. I really do. But I do also believe that it does help in like a brainwashing way to just like, to not have one that says your day's gonna suck. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that would go for stickers like that. Like, today might suck, but make it suck less than yesterday. That's what my lettering stickers are gonna say. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna pull some stickers also from the Spoonful of Faith. I have the big one as well as the mini one, and I'm kind of just looking for the basic boxes, and I'm just little doodads now to like kind of fill in some awkward spaces I've already created. And then also layer, I do like layering these quote strips to kind of tie in things and cover up spaces that I'm not a fan of. Like that missing square in that upper left corner. And then put some blue layers on it to bring in the blue through the whole pages. Let's see. I really do like the sticker book. I admit I'm getting a little bit like, I don't know what the word is, but I think a lot of happy planner stickers, I don't think they take enough risks with colors. I think they're like, okay, this next year is going to be like neutral-ish with lots of pinks and corals. And then they kind of make little changes here and there. You know, they have the Hustle and Heart book, which is gorgeous with blues and greens. But like, where is the purple and the reds and the turquoise and the yellow? Like, you'll see bits of it here and there, but oh, come on, just give us a variety. I don't care what's trendy. You can still be trendy and have other colors. That's just my view. I mean, I do like that they all coordinate in ways. Like, I can find coordination between these two books that have nothing to do with each other. But anyway, so I will be creating stickers to fill those voids that I feel are there in the market. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, just because I'm brand new and I'm going to need all the support I can get so I know whether this is worth doing. Anyway, so I found this mini one. I like these mini lists. Originally, I was like, who writes that small? And then the answer is actually not me, but I force myself to. And I feel like the smaller I write, the neater I write. That's why I really favor grids. So it shows me like the size of each letter should be. But anyway, that's beside the point. So I'm just looking for some little doodads to cover, because like the top of that said something that does not apply to my goals here. Okay, so again with the blue to break up between those and cover the horrendous whiteout job I did. I am not so great with whiteout. I've tried like 7 different brands, literally 7 different brands of correction tape, and I'm not loving any of them. I did just get some new ones, some Tombow ones that are black on the outside. I just haven't tried them yet, but I'm still on the hunt. I just wish they would make different white temperatures. Like, come on, let's, Happy Planner runs cool. I don't know if you know this. Their pages are cool, like as in cold temperature, white balance. They're a tints of blue in it. So whiteout tends to be a little warmer. Anyway, so I'm going to speed some stuff up so we can get moving. I'm plugging in some areas that I can pull out, like really important stuff from my task list, like the Etsy store creation, and I'll put those individual tasks under that. So it's more like a project that I have to do more stuff to plan. All right, so back to adding some yellow up into this little section. I'm horrible at getting them straight, but thankfully there is a grid. Do you guys like grids? Do you like lines? Do you like dot grids? Do you like blank? I'm definitely a grid lover. I used to like dot grids, but okay, so I always like changing these bullet points just so they kind of blend a little bit. Gray is always, I know it's neutral, and most people would be like, you don't get more neutral than gray, but it's a cold neutral. So I'm gonna just kind of warm it up with one of these Archer and Olive acrylograph pens. I have a little bit of love-hate relationship with these pens. They don't work religiously or consistently. They are hit and miss, to tell you the truth. But when they work, they are amazing. So if you can get a good batch, oh man, they're so much fun. You can do so many different things with it. But anyway, so I found this bullet, what do they call them? Task bullet line. I don't remember the term. I'm gonna just use it to kind of create a border. And then let's see. I'm gonna layers. This is also from the Spoonful of Faith. I want to layer it up here to kind of bring in that mint color. Or do I want over here? But then I feel like if I do that, it leaves this awkward space. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. I like it layered over the florals. Just a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. And then check out how cute this little later sticker is. That's for things I want to do for next week that I come up with. And now I'm just going to kind of pop in some other florals and embellishments to kind of tie things in, and a label box up here. Because what would I write in the box if I didn't know what I was supposed to write in the box? These questions are things we have to really answer. So here I go testing the acrylograph pens again, and see most of them like are duds. I've even removed the lid. So I finally found a yellow one that matches and flows. And I am going to put in 3 things I want to track. I'm not positive on the second one, but I know I want to track like maybe sales numbers. I'm always looking at Etsy stores and how many sales they've had. And I don't know if that means that many customers have placed an order, or every item they sell counts as a sale. So like if I order 10 things, does that count as 1 sale, or does that count as 10 sales for that person? So it's probably easy to figure out, but I want to track how many, I don't know how many, maybe I do want to do sheets per or orders, because I mean sheets in the end is, you know, the important part. And then I also want to track, like once I have them created, like, do people share it? Are people sharing it, tagging me, whatever? I'm thinking this month is probably not the right month to be tracking this stuff, because I really don't think it's going to do much this month. I'm just kind of getting started. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it. So there she blows. Thanks so much for joining me at Planet Darby. And be sure to check me out on Instagram. Give me a follow, give me a subscribe. And of course, I love seeing your comments below. Thank you, and have a good one, guys. Happy New Year.